Hi guys! Welcome back to the channel. My name is Taylor, and come spend the weekend with me. So this is going to be a little weekend vlog. I have the apartment to myself again this weekend, and I'm really excited. I didn't get a whole lot done last weekend. I would love to get more done this weekend. I have a lot of video ideas. I have a few wine and yap things scripted and just a lot of other cool, fun video ideas that I'm excited about. I finished weaving in all the ends of these big chunky granny squares that I had, so I'm planning on putting those together with a 10mm hook this weekend. I am hoping to finish the second panel of this tonight. I just need to get this done. I want this done because it's so soft and I know it'll be perfect for all these dreary days that we've been having. I really thought that this weekend I'd be able to like do something kind of fun. No, but I mean, staying at home and doing my project stuff is fun. And then I also have a front and a back panel for this sweater. Well, it's not a sweater yet, but this, work in progress sweater. So I'll work on that, and then a few sewing things. I am not sure if I'll get around to making these sling bags this weekend, but I do need to mend 2 skirts that I have, so that's on the agenda as well. Just come along for the weekend with me. We're gonna have a fun, funky, and fresh time. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go check out some of my other videos that I've posted. We have a fun, funky, and fresh time here on this channel, so I'd love to have you as a part of our growing community. And yeah, let's hang out. This lighting is like very ominous right now. I tried to make it a little warmer so that it felt a little bit more cozy, but I just finished filming a tutorial for this little mini purse here, and I am starving. What time is it? It is 6:43 right now. It feels so much later. It's so gloomy and foggy outside. But I think I'm going to go make dinner. I got some chicken thighs yesterday, so I'm gonna make that and have some brown rice with some carrots and strawberries and just kind of relax. I still need to read my 200 pages for the reading challenge that I decided to start today. And then a little bit after dinner, I plan on filming my yap and wine time, but those are for a little bit later. So I'll check in with you later tonight. Hi guys, it is a little bit later. It is 8:50, but it feels so much later than that. Not sure what's up with that, but okay. Haven't read anything. I just got finished with my filming for the night. I'm gonna finish this glass of wine, watch the final episode of Vanderpump Villa, and I might save the reunion for tomorrow because I think I mentioned before I am trying to do a reading challenge. And I have read today, but I don't want to count my audiobook listening. But, I don't have anything going on tomorrow, so I can stay up super late reading. Good morning. It is 11:30 on Saturday. I need to go do my makeup, and I have a few ideas for reels I want to film today, so I think that those actually might take a little bit longer than some of my other reels take. And I want to get started on them, but also sitting in this chair is nice. I also need to stop doom scrolling and charge my phone. I feel like there's so much I want to do, but at the same time I don't feel like I can do it for whatever reason. I've had a nice slow morning. I had my coffee. It's almost done. And then I want to like read, but also I don't want to read. I don't know. I'm just having like decision paralysis with like what I should do, because there are so many videos that I want to film today. Like I need to read 200 pages for another video I'm filming. I want to make a large granny square bag tutorial, or at least like a bigger one than the small one I had. I want to pull all of my like stash projects and kind of like expose myself, I guess. And then I want to do a whip cart refresh since I finally made all the flower squares that I need. I need to sew in those ends. I want to try and like finish so much stuff. I want to be productive today, but I feel like I just can't get started. But maybe if I do my makeup, then I'll be able to get started. So that's what we're gonna go do. Hey guys, not much later. I did my makeup. I think it looks really good in this light. I don't want to do anything today. I am not feeling as fun, funky, fresh, and motivated as I did yesterday. I don't know how to rectify that. I don't. I filmed a couple reels, took some photos. I'm going to film a video about how I attach my granny squares and stuff, making a blanket. I want to film another tutorial, but I need to sew in the ends for those squares, so I think that might be a tomorrow project. I want to refresh my whip cart, but honestly I'm so overwhelmed with all of the colors and the skeins of yarn that are on my table and on my cart that like I just don't know what to do with myself right now. But I think if I did, you know, take them off and figure it out, I'd probably feel a little bit better. I guarantee I'd feel better, and then I could like start sewing in some ends. I also need to read. I haven't done my any reading for today. Maybe I should take a break and do that for a little bit. What's the temperature outside? 79 degrees and sunny. It wasn't supposed to be sunny today. Ugh, that's so annoying. It's so annoying. Yeah, I think I might take a break. I think I just get a little bit of cabin fever on the weekends sometimes, and then I just get like really antsy. I could also go to my storage unit, pick up the stuff that I need to pick up there. Could get a good coffee too. I didn't like my, I tried out a new coffee creamer this morning. It was the Walmart brand. It was like honey and cinnamon flavored or something. And I don't know, I also tried the Starbucks Dulce de Leche one, or cinnamon leche, or I don't know, something like that, and it was awful. I ended up having to throw it out. It was so bad. And I kind of choked down my coffee today. It just wasn't very good. And Alani sounds pretty nice too, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'll go do that. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Sometimes just leaving the house for any reason at all can make me feel better. So I can do that. Hey guys, I have not gotten a whole lot done today. I did film some stuff for reels, as I told you earlier, and then I went and got stuff from my storage unit, so I'm all ready for next weekend, other than like putting my inventory in my car, which I'm not sure when I'll do that, probably Friday or something. And so I, you know, got home and it was so nice out. It was like 85 degrees. So I put my swimsuit on and went and sat at the pool and read for a bit, because that's what I wanted to do. And then I watched the reunion episode of Vanderpump Villa. Very juicy, spicy, lots of drama. Loved it. Now I think I'm gonna watch this 2009 movie called Bride Wars. It has Anne Hathaway and Kate Hudson in it. I don't really watch movies very often, so like we'll see how far I get into it if I actually like finish it, because movies are just like kind of hard for me sometimes. I'll sit and watch YouTube all day, but like a movie just seems like such a big commitment. I'll even watch a TV show for like 6 hours on end. Like I'm a TV binger. I, like, for whatever reason, can't do movies, and a lot of people are like, how can you not do movies? I was like, I don't know. They just seem like a commitment. But it's 7:30 right now. I am weaving in the ends of all of these flower granny squares. This is how many I have done already. And I'm really proud of myself, because each of these has 1, 3, 5, 7 ends. All of these squares have 7 ends to weave in. But I'm not really feeling like crocheting right now for whatever reason. My wrist on the inside here, or like my forearm, has kind of been hurting. And I know that's because like I knife grip my hook. So I think it'd be a good idea for me to, you know, take a minute, just sew in these ends. And then, you know, maybe this weekend I could even finish it or start putting it together. So that would be really, really nice. I also was gonna try and do another yap time with Taylor, and my wine. I think I'm still gonna have some wine tonight, which also is kind of like why I'm feeling the movie right now. But I don't think I'm gonna film a video. I don't know. We'll see what I end up doing, but I haven't scripted anything, so I try to listen to myself because I do feel like I work really hard during the week, you know, with posting and editing and all this stuff. And I have been really good with filming during the week as well, since now I just have a lot more like alone time and I like have the apartment to myself a lot. So I can just, you know, film whenever. It makes things a lot easier, but then I also like don't really have to like cram as much stuff on the weekends, which is kind of nice. You know, use it as more of a time to relax or, you know, work on other things. I do want to still get a little bit of filming done, but that'll probably be a tomorrow thing. So for now, I'm just gonna keep weaving these in and watch Bride Wars. Hello, it is 9 o'clock. I'm having a glass of wine. And I am almost done sewing in these ends. I only have these 2 left. Well, yeah, these 2 after this one. And I'm just like so stoked. Oh my goodness. I just like, I spent that entire movie sewing in these ends. The movie was good. I just have a hard time with like early 2000s movies. I don't remember if I said this before, but it came out in like 2009, and I don't know why all of these movies Anne Hathaway is supposed to be portrayed as someone who's like an underdog character. I mean, she fits the bill well, but she's also like beautiful and stunning and all these things. But I feel like everything I see her in, they're trying to convince us that she's, like in the Princess Diaries, it's like they're trying to convince you that she's ugly. Because she has frizzy hair. I don't know. Whatever. I also didn't entirely love how... This is a spoiler, but also this movie's over 10 years old. So it's supposed to be like a movie about like friendship and stuff, but at its core, it really like embodies a lot of the things that were like kind of poopy about the early 2000s. The main characters, Anne Hathaway's character and then Kate Hudson's character. And for whatever reason, they were trying to convince us that Kate Hudson was overweight. And that woman was like absolutely rail thin. Like not even a tummy or a butt or anything like that. Like no extra body fat in sight. They go to this like famous wedding planner, and the wedding planner opens up by saying like, you've been dead until you're married, but it's like it just very much gave off the vibes of like weddings are like, men aren't really important to their weddings, and I'm just kind of sick of this rhetoric where like men don't do anything for their weddings, they don't care, like I don't know, it just feels like wrong. And honestly, that's like one of the things I'm like most scared of if a man ever asks me to marry him, because it just feels like I'm honestly kind of petrified of being in a relationship, because I feel like every time I decide to like align myself with a man, any man really, I feel like all they do is embarrass me. And I think that's why like I love Please 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 by Sabrina Carpenter so much, and I think that it's super telling that women all over are identifying with that song. And I don't think that that's like a compliment to men. Like it's frustrating to, you know, because people see having a relationship as a status symbol. Some people will do anything but be single. And don't get me wrong, it's not always a fun, funky, and fresh time. I'm alone on a Saturday night talking to my camera. I just hate this, like, rhetoric that people try to spread of, like, well, you'd rather, you know, be in an unhappy relationship than be alone, right? And it's like, oh, and I think I held on to that for a long time growing up. And I'm just now realizing, like, I feel really at peace. And, like, I really don't know a ton of people who are, like, happy in their relationships, which is... I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's like so hard when it feels like, at least coming from my own experiences, like I loved my ex so much, and he knew it. He knew I loved him, but like I never really felt loved. It felt like he didn't love me at all, but he was content to stay in that relationship and, you know, keep taking from me emotionally, financially, physically. He was content to do that, and I think had I stayed in the relationship, he probably would have, you know, I probably would have married him. And I really, that makes me like so scared to think that, you know, if somebody was so willing to do that, like, how can I trust anybody? I feel like I can't trust anybody, because no man has truly like shown me what love looks like. At least not a healthy love. I don't know, it's difficult and it's hard, especially because, you know, we're supposed to want these things, but then, you know, your best friend is still the most important person in your life and they rank above your partner and all this stuff. I don't know, I just feel kind of weird about the movie. It was fun, lighthearted. I know I'm probably taking it too seriously. I have a hard time with like early 2000s stuff, even though, you know, everyone's like, oh, that's when the best rom-coms were. And it's like, yeah, but you have to think about like kind of the humor that they are trying to push forward. We're like women who are friends with each other. They're not really friends. They're secretly actually competing with each other, and they actually secretly resent each other and all this stuff. And like there's always gonna be, you know, things that annoy you about your best friend, but the fact that, like, you know, you've been friends for so long and then you turn on each other like that over a wedding venue. And then, honestly, Anne Hathaway's character should have, like, ripped her partner character. He was played by Chris Pratt. I don't even remember his name. She should have ripped him a new one. He was not a nice dude. And I think it's... And then, of course, she can't, like, be alone. They shack her up with Kate Hudson's character's brother. I don't know, I don't like the implications that women aren't happy unless we are in a relationship, and I think that's something that, you know, men try to use, like, scare tactics to get us to believe. I'd say, like, it's hard to be alone on a Saturday night right now, but I know that I would be having fun with my best friend if she were here, you know, and I just, like, don't have friends in this area that I could call up. And that's okay. I mean, you know, it is what it is, and it's only for a short time more. Soon we are going to be leaving this place. Thank God. It's just definitely not soon enough. But we'll get there eventually, right? Sorry, I hope that wasn't, like, too depressing. Just, like, oversharing a bit about, like, my inherent fear of relationships and commitment and all those sorts of different things. Whenever people ask, like, what my deepest fear is, I always tell them it's being in a loveless marriage, and that is, like, the most true thing I think I can ever, like, say. As I said before, I feel like people get duped a lot in relationships, and I'm so scared of that happening to me. I have some really deep-seated trust issues, I guess you could say. Just being me for now, doing my own thing, having fun on my own, weaving in these ends, even though this is not inherently a fun activity. I just have one more end on this square and then one left. And then I think tomorrow is when I'm going to try and work on putting them together. There's no way I would get it done tonight. I was thinking about maybe watching another movie, but I'm also, I don't know, especially after doing this for so long, I do want to read my book more. I just have this hard time with, like, finding a reading spot in this apartment. I just don't really feel comfortable. Like, I don't want to read in my bed. Okay, fine. Because I just don't want to, like, get so tired and, like, fall asleep. I don't really, like, spend time in our living room unless I'm, like, with my roommate. So I kind of feel weird being out there by myself for some reason. I know that that's kind of stupid, but it's just how I feel. Not gonna like go out and read somewhere, you know. I want to be home. If I had more room in here, it'd be nice to have like a, well, I really want a Papasan chair, like so badly I want one, but I just like don't have the space for one right now. Kind of hoping maybe wherever the wind takes us at our next place I could potentially get one. But we'll see about that. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll just turn on the fairy lights, and once I'm done with this, I'll turn on an ambience and read more Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm getting to the part where it's like the 10th Hunger Games. That's not a spoiler, that's like literally what the book is about. Well, part of what the book is about. But so I'm getting to the part where like the games happen. And I'm just like, okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Because the games, they are obviously in the books, but they don't play a huge role. Not like the first, like, Hunger Games book, the one with Katniss. And honestly, I think that's, like, a really cool thing where, like, okay, we know what the games are, and we can now explore kind of, like, other facets and other characters. Because Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is Coriolanus Snow, or President Snow as we know him in the original trilogy, his backstory. And I'm just enjoying it so much. And I want to finish it because obviously I want to see how it goes. I've seen the movie, so like I know what happens. But I love kind of being in his head. Seeing the way that he does things I think is really, really interesting. And this isn't coming from like a, oh my gosh, like I love him, he's bae. Like I know some people read the book and kind of got those connotations or watched the movie and got that. It's very hard to read a book with an unlikable male character, or an unlikable main character, right? Although I do think that it's way easier for men to be unlikable characters than women. I think that, you know, if you are someone who, like, didn't like Nesta in ACOTAR until her book, and I'm the same way, but a lot of people didn't like her book because they, you know, just couldn't stand her. And, like, I think I've said this before, but if there's one thing I love, it is a, like, bitchy older sister. And kind of the same thing for Reckless by Elsie Silver in the Chestnut Spring series. That's Winter's story. And Winter is supposed to be, like, a frigid, like, bitch, like, hardcore. But, you know, you read her book and you find out things, and it's really just this oldest daughter symptom thing, and I don't know, I loved both of those books a lot, and you really come to understand the characters, because they're not entirely villains, and did they make all of the right choices? No, but then you, like, kind of understand more, and the ways that they, like, grow and change and do try to be better characters, because sometimes in romance novels, or books in general, if a female character isn't perfect from the get-go, or doesn't, you know, make what people deem to be as, like, the perfect decisions, people get very, like, upset. But a male main character will, like, murder somebody. We're like, oh my god, bae, it's fine that he kills people, it's okay. And I think it just shows how, like, we give more grace to even fictional men than maybe some of the women in our own lives. Coriolanus Snow is, like, objectively insufferable. He is an insufferable person to kind of be in the head of. I don't know, I'm just, like, I think it's so cool. I don't know, I just, like, love the book. I'm so excited for the next one in the series. I also have, like, a huge love for the actress who plays Lucy Gray, and I think, like, the music that they gave the Covey and had her sing was just, like, so beautiful. I keep getting ads on my Instagram Reels for the scene when she's in the arena with all the snakes around her. And I just need to start listening to that on like Spotify or something, because it is just, it hits, it eats every single time, and it just makes me want to like watch the movie again. Honestly, like every actor in that movie just did such a good job. I really, really enjoyed it. But okay, wow, I have been talking for so long. I finished all the squares that I need. Ah, that's so exciting. Honestly, I'm glad I sat down and did this. It felt like such a feat. It felt like an impossible feat. But I don't know. I mean, it took me the entire movie plus 20 minutes, it looks like. So honestly, like, that's pretty good. That's not nearly as bad as I thought it was. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for sitting and listening to me yap. I feel like that's all I ever do. I never shut up. But yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, it is Sunday. I have so much I want to do today, but it mostly consists of like trying to clean up the apartment a little bit. I've been making chicken thighs in like olive oil, and if you know how that goes, it just kind of like splatters everywhere. I need to vacuum. I want to change my sheets. There's just like a lot of housekeeping things that I would like to get done today, but it's finally nice. I know that I went and sat outside yesterday, but I would like a little bit of a tan. It's just very slow building for me. I have not burned, even though I will like sit out for about an hour at a time, I think. I have not burned yet, so let's keep that hopefully going. What time is it? It's 10:03 and it's already 80 degrees outside, but I think I want to wait until around like noon to go down, since that's when it's gonna probably be the hottest and the sunniest. And then I want to like shower and then probably get into the cleaning. My hands hurt. My hands hurt a lot, unfortunately, from crocheting so much. Normally my hands don't hurt very often, and I think I remember vividly like the last time my hands hurt, it was around Christmas time. And so I'm just like, I don't know what to do with myself. So I think I'm going to be switching to knitting for at least a little bit. I can still put together that one cape with the flower squares from yesterday. And then I also was doing a like putting together a granny square blanket. I think I'll still be able to like do those, and then I can like focus on reading and refreshing my whip cart and like kind of cleaning up my bedroom today. It's so frustrating how often that like I feel like I have to clean my space. It's like I decide to work on one thing and then I work on a different thing and my room is a mess again. Like, I just cleaned my desk earlier this week and it's already full of stuff again. But it's my own fault, and that's like, I always say that's kind of the crux of having a creative mind and being crafty and all that sort of stuff. So I guess I shouldn't complain too much. But yeah, I'm just having my coffee. I tried out 2 new coffee creamers. I bought the Silk Creme Brulee one, so it's like an almond-based creamer. Honestly, it just tastes like cream. It's really nothing to write home about. The caramel silk creamer is really, really good. And then I tried the one yesterday. It was like cinnamon honey cream, which in theory sounds so good, but I'll have to try it again. But I don't think it's for me. Yeah, I'm watching Sarah Caroli's new video, and eventually I'll just go down to the pool. And then I'll actually kind of get started for the day. My friend, I just like don't want to leave a mess for when she comes home. But also, she's not going to be home until much later because she works pretty late and then has a bit of a drive home. So I have time, I just don't have all the time, if that makes sense. And honestly, it's kind of nice that I'm being forced to switch to knitting because this is actually a whip that is going to be for her. She picked out this beautiful Wonderland yarn. a couple months ago. I believe it was in April, and she was like, can you knit me a shawl? And I was like, oh my god, I would love to. So we got 2 skeins of this fingering weight yarn. You're probably not going to be able to see it very well. It was in one of my it was in my first yarn haul of the year. So it's got these little like pops here, and it's like this beautiful pink color. And then you can't see it very well. It's very subtle, but it's got a little bit of tinsel in it. So it just like shines. And so I know that it's going to be big, but I think that something like this will look so good on her. Just like it's gonna be so big and oversized, just like wrapped around her shoulders with like a beautiful like brooch pin, which is something I want to at least finish this by around Christmas time, which I know sounds like so far out, but also it's summer right now. She's not gonna wear it in summer, and I really think that she would look like the most beautiful like pale pink like Christmas, what's the word? You know how like some Christmas color pairings, you know, it's like the pale blue and the pale pink. She'd look like the perfect like pale pink Christmas princess. And I want to like finish this up for her so that she can wear it. It's going to be so big. And honestly, if something like this turns out really well for her, I kind of want to make one for myself. I have quite a few fingering weight yarns that I had other plans for, but you know how like you buy something with one thing in mind and then your mind just kind of goes. So that's kind of where I'm at. I am really liking using these are my Addy Scacell knitting needles. They're bamboo. I do worry that eventually it's going to get too big and I don't have another pair of needles to like switch it to. And I don't know, but I'm enjoying working with the bamboo. I think that with fingering weight yarn, since I use a lot of metal knitting needles, it can tend to be like really slippery, and with how like obviously thin the yarn is, it can be a little difficult at times. So I kind of like that the bamboo has a little bit more grip to it. That's kind of all I have to say right now. I'm just going to keep doing this and drinking my coffee and watch some YouTube. Hello, it's a little bit later in the day. It's about 2 p.m. right now. I went and laid out at the pool, and I got in the pool for a little bit. That was really nice. I'm looking a little bit red, but like not like lobster burnt red, so I'm hoping that I just get like a nice little glow. I was only out there for about an hour. The UV index is like 9, so it was pretty hot. And I also just like, I like to read down there, but the music is so loud. Yeah, so the music is always like really loud down there, so it's kind of hard for me to focus on reading. I think I'll start bringing down my like earplugs. I think that would help a lot, because I do think that I would like be able to sit down there for a long period of time, but I literally cannot focus because of the music. But whatever, I guess. I found this little 15-minute foot mask in all of my like stuff. I'm trying to use up as much like bathroom stuff as I have, so I have less to move. And so I was like, well, this is only 15 minutes, and then I think I'm going to repaint my toes since I've had this color on there for a while. This Essie Gel Setter top coat, I've used it on like my fingernails, but I always have problems with like my fingernail polish chipping, which is why I get my nails done. But I put this on my toes last time I like painted my toenails, and it has stayed so well. But normally like doing a foot mask, it kind of peels off all the polish. So I was like, oh, you know, it's just time for like a refresh. So I'm gonna do like a base of white and then put this, it's a Sally Hansen Miracle Gel called Saturn It Up. It's like this really pretty like iridescent pink, and it comes off with like a shift sort of thing. So that's the plan for now. Just watch some YouTube and probably knit a little bit. I am going to try and put together at least one project I would like to put together the poncho for my friend to like kind of present that to her tonight. But she'll be home pretty late, so maybe it'll be a tomorrow morning type of showing, but we'll see what happens. All right, so I have my 28 squares here. I'm going to arrange them how I want them, and then I'm going to start putting them together. I think for these I'm going to slip stitch with the white color with the slip stitches on the inside. So when you see me lay this out, you're going to see all of the like wrong side. So let's just get started. These shadows are gnarly. Okay, so I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you so much for spending the weekend with me. We did finish this. This is going to be a shawl for my best friend for when we go to a music festival later this summer. It turned out so good. I'm so happy with it. I do want to block it. It is kind of bunching in some places, so I think if I block it, it'll lay nicely. But yeah, let me know what you think of these vlogs. I would love to do more. Any suggestions on like more things you want to see? I would love to hear them. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.